when you are watching it. If you're here with us right now, live in the flesh, well, thank you guys so much for jumping in to the broadcast. And if you're watching this because you're late as fuck, well, I hope you guys enjoy the video. I am here, Danny ColdBlood, aka MusicVidiot, live with Dibbes Gaming. Dibbes, what's going on, buddy?
Hello. Always nice with you to do a mystery hunting video. And you said it was late. Now you gotta know what time it is here in Europe. It's like 3:30 here. So
yeah. So props to Dibbes for staying up this late. It's late in the morning. It's 9:37. Yeah, it's 9:37 p.m. here right now where I'm at in Buffalo, New York, and you're all the way out in Holland, right? So yeah, the time is definitely later. So everyone give a big thumbs up to Dibbes for staying up late. And looks like we're in a nighttime setting here in GTA Online, as the full moon is sitting there just over the horizon in the distance, staring at us. So it's nighttime even for our online players. So looks like we're all up and ready to do a little bit of mystery hunting. Like we said, it's not going to be a long video or broadcast. We're just getting together, some late time,
and talk about Lagos and Kudo and the UFO finding and connecting it with this dock where you can buy the submarine thing, and that it still doesn't add up with the map, with the UV map.
You're right. Things don't add up at all. Like, if you think about it,
no.
Right here at this location is where we do the we meet that lady for the submarine parts, right? We have to go and do those, and then when we complete that, not the submarine parts, for the toxic waste, right? Is that it? No, it is the submarine parts. I'm sorry. Yeah, when we collect all the submarine parts and we find out that, Abigail, that's her name, we find out that she's most likely the one that, killed her husband or whatever. Frank Mathers, was it? We find out all that shit or whatever, and then when we complete it, we come back here. And she gives us, like, what, $10 and a signed autograph, something stupid. And we're like, okay, that's not really sufficient. And then she kind of takes off in her car. And I think I followed her before. She goes all the way to the airport. Sometimes I've heard different stories of her driving other places. So I don't know if it's really when she drives. But the game lets us know that we need to kill her or not. And she's flashing between a blue and a red blip. So I always thought that was suspicious. That didn't add up as it was, because it was kind of like a useless ending. Like, what do we do with her? Do we kill her? Do we keep her alive? Is that part of the whole karma theory? Is there a karma theory that is relevant to this mystery? There's a lot of questions that revolve around it. Like you said, it doesn't add up. And not only that being a situation here, but you brought up the situation with the UV map. Now, exactly what are you thinking with the UV map, Dibbes? What's your conclusions with all that stuff?
Well, if you put on the blue UAV map and you do the black light thing, first of all pops up Lagos and Kudo, and that's where the new UFO coordinates are with the trigger points. So that's the first thing Rockstar put on their map, a big X, and under that Lagos and Kudo. But we're not even close to Lagos and Kudo. We were way off. And when you just talked about the reward, you get an autograph, and a signed autograph of Frank Mathers. Even that is suspicious, because why did you get that? And I saw a picture of that on the internet, and I haven't investigated that well enough, because there must be a reason that you get that signed autograph, that it maybe points out to something else. But first of all, we are here because it doesn't add up. The Lagos and Kudo, not Fort St. Kudo, Lagos and Kudo.
Right, because the UAV map doesn't it point us, or doesn't it say something about go to the docks and whatever?
Yeah, it goes to the docks, but
we're here at the docks, and I just showed on my map. This is, like, you're right. There's nowhere. We're right next to Cassidy Creek by Raton Canyon. Okay. Now showing that this is Cassidy Creek, and
also,
it's much lower as Lagos and Kudo. We're not near Lagos and Kudo, so what are they talking about the docks on that UAV map? That's the first thing that doesn't make sense.
Yeah, and the big X, because the secret message that you can find on the map It is spelled, you see first X and then Lago Zancudo. But they point you to this docks. And but the X here should be the X, but they start with the X at Lago Zancudo. So the X is reversed. The X should be at the end, like a reward, like a treasure map.
Yeah.
But it starts off with an X. So it's like we're missing something. And the price of you mentioned that in the private chat we had, the price of the dogs isn't $500,000 too, so that doesn't add up too.
Right, they say
I
bring 500,000 to the docks, but there's, even if you want to look at this docks as the right location to buy that to buy the docks is not 500,000. I think it is something like 250,000. So the price doesn't match up, the location doesn't match up, the location and relevance to Lago Zancudo doesn't match up because right when it says on the blueprint map to bring the 500,000 to the docks, it says Lago Zancudo right there with the X, right? It says it right there.
Yeah.
And we're not here. We're not here near Lago Zancudo, so nothing is matching up. That is like a conflict within itself. It's controversial to itself when reading that on the blueprint map, and that is one of the few things that we have not yet solved when looking at the blueprint map, something that was there given to us day one of last gen, September 17, 2013, and we still don't have answers. What are we doing as a community? Haven't we solved the basics? What is going on here? What's our, what can we do to figure out what the hell we're supposed to do with this?
And you know what else is strange? In my last video, I don't know if we saw that, but there was a mission, a team deathmatch mission, in the beginning of GTA Online, and that mission was called Lago Zancudo. And in that mission, there was a loading screen. Oh man, you look like E.T. when you flew off. But,
like E.T. E.T. in the moon. Like it's fucking hilarious.
I can't find you anymore. But that loading screen had a very strange, like a glitch, and it showed like a building in the water, underwater. And it was exactly here. At least they thought that it was. But it wasn't. Some guy debunked the video, and he said, no, it's not correct. If it's a building at all, if it is a building, it is at Lagos Zancudo. And you don't believe where it is. It's exactly at those UFO coordinates, trigger points, the Google team found out.
So there was a death match. There was an online death match called Lago Zancudo. And you can
it
was located. It was located right where that new UFO crash site is found. Or the coordinates for that?
No. The Lago Zancudo team deathmatch. I'm not sure because I haven't played that team deathmatch. I don't know where the team deathmatch was, but I do know that the loading screen showed off what they thought the docks where we just went, and everybody said, "Hey, look at those docks."
Okay. So that would connect. That would make some sense out of the blueprint map then, because it says the docks, and then the picture for the loading screen shows the docks. So then there's some connection there. But they took that deathmatch out of the game, did they not? Suspiciously took it out of the game.
Yeah, they put it out of the game. They thought, I don't know what Rockstar was thinking, but suddenly you can't play that team deathmatch anymore. It's gone.
And how does it connect to the coordinates over at the new UFO crash site in Lagos and Kudo?
Now, because they thought it was the docks, the loading screen. He said because he thought it was sea, but it wasn't the sea. If you see the picture on it, it looks like the sea. So the guy thought it was the docks where we just went, where you can buy the submarine. But some guy from Reddit, he did some investigation and he said, "No, man, it's not the docks. It's Lago Zancudo, just under Fort Zancudo." So the location of the team deathmatch didn't add up either. So and then he showed the video. He was standing on the vineyard building. You gotta find the vineyard building, and he stand on top of the roof, and he showed like the coordinations of where the supposedly underwater building should be. So he showed that, and he said, yeah, it's there. It's not at the dock, so it's debunked. So nobody puts attention anymore to the actual location that the guy found. And that was in my video, and it was exactly at the trigger points the guillotine found. So, and I think here we can see an X2. I don't know for sure, but
you know, there is a lot of suspicious things that happen over at Lagos and Kudo 2, Dibbs. It's funny that the coordinates for that UFO, like, pretty much end right over in this area. Now, the funny thing is, we have this sign right here, and we also have a little bit upstream here on Lagos and Kudo. I think it's like right here, right over here. We have the that location marker that glows at night, and it aims directly up in the sky. That like weird glowing arrow that is around that sewer entrance. It just is like big glowing. It's like it's
yeah,
insane,
you're right.
and it aims directly
I
up.
got it from your video, by the way, because I never knew about it.
Yeah, that's pretty crazy. So we have that right next to where we are right now, and we also have this sign, which this sign is a direct link to Rockstar's past. We have, you know, the people that talked to John Marston about the people getting killed and going missing in the hills. It says Killer here, Killer Hills right here with the star next to it. And also, if you look at the images for these animals, these are the same images, the same exact images, like this bear. We don't have bears in GTA or GTA Online, okay? But we have the bear right here, right? And if this is the same image as the bear for the animal skins and stuff that we need for Red Dead Redemption. Like when we're looking up the animals in Red Dead, these are the exact images. So they took, copy and pasted these images from Red Dead Redemption and put them here. So there's a direct link to Rockstar's past by looking at Red Dead when looking at this sign. And you know, the sign says right here at the top, the wildlife of Lagos and Kudo. So there's a lot of things that are associated with Lagos and Kudo that are very suspicious that really don't add up. And you know, for the location to be here as well, for that UFO crash, that new image that's found that destroyed UFO, that's kind of crazy. Now, even though that was found, I still want to know what everyone thinks on all this. From the day one, hearing about that broken UFO, I still think about that underwater UFO because that's kind of already sitting there destroyed underwater. I still think that there's a connection with that, but I'm not too sure. It seems that there could be a possible Easter egg for us to crack where we can maybe shoot this one out of the sky that's up above the fort, maybe watch it crash down here. I'm not too sure how it's all going to work out, if there even is something for us to find. Rockstar could be just throwing red herrings in our way, trying to throw us off guard and shit.
I believe that if there are trigger points, there are trigger points. But I want to show you in the left down corner, you see some Latin words like Ursus, Arctis, Horrible, or something.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
I don't know if I understand. It spells something about authority or something. I haven't Googled it. I just.
Why would that be Latin when everything else isn't?
Mean? Yeah. And what does
Ursus
it mean?
Arctos Horribilis.
And there's something above that too. It spells. I'm gonna.
By the something authority.
By the authority or something, but. And I can't, there's an animal, maybe it's an animal, I don't know if it's an animal, but under the gravity.
But out of all these animals, I mean, we do have deer in the game. Well, we have elk, and this is a white-tailed deer. Then we have over here the coyote, which we do have coyotes in the game. We have an 88 right underneath the coyote, kind of like printed on him, 88. And then we have the beaver, which we have that big statue of the beaver, the tallest beaver in the Midwest, whatever it says, over in the prologue, and then, you know, North Yankton. And then we have the bear. And the bear has no connection to this game at all. That's the one thing that doesn't make any sense. Why is it on this thing? And it doesn't make any sense at all because we have a bear in Red Dead Redemption, and it's the same image as this, like I said, so that's kind of weird. If you look at the bear, though, look at it, it says brown bear,
Oh,
Ursus
wait. Ursus
arctos.
arctos. Oh, okay. That's the meaning of the. Oh, I
Ursus
think it's spelled.
arctos horribilis.
Yeah.
So maybe they're
Okay.
saying, watch out for the horrible bear. But where's the horrible bear? We don't
Okay.
have a fucking bear in this game.
No, no, I didn't know. But it's a good thing
And then it looks like there could be a cougar
we found
or
it. That's
there's a
yeah.
cat in the
And
top left here too that's kind of like hidden by words. We don't really know what they're saying. What that is? That's some kind of cat, but I'm not sure what
and
that is.
in my last video, if we go to, we can walk to the coordination of the UFOs. People were hearing footsteps. There are multiple videos of it that people hearing footsteps, and well, I didn't pay any attention to it, and I tried to recreate it, and I haven't found any. So, and well,
Do you know exactly where it is?
if you're honest, have you ever paid any attention to this area ever before you knew it that there was something maybe here?
Yes,
I
yes, I
haven't.
have. I have.
I didn't.
I was doing not too long ago, maybe 4 months ago. I was doing investigations because of the Tongva Triangle. It's basically like the Bermuda Triangle in GTA 5, and the Tongva Triangle runs from the Tongva Mountains, okay, and then it runs left to like around Chumash area, and then it goes up to right about the middle of Mount Josiah, and then it comes back down. And that's kind of like the triangle of all crazy activity that people are finding in the game. Especially when the game first came out, they heard a lot of crazy noises. They seen paranormal things. There a lot of speculation of different things, and who knows what was true and what wasn't. But there was a lot of accounts of people saying that they found or seen or heard something crazy within the Tongva Triangle. So I did my mystery hunting for a couple of days. I tried to look for anything going on, anything strange in the Tongva Triangle. And one of the days I focused was pretty much right here at Lago Zancudo, and there is some crazy noises. There's a lot of things that kind of mess with your ears. You don't really know if you're hearing something that's there or not, or if it's your character or what. But there is some crazy stuff to listen to, but there hasn't been anything that definitive that I've found myself. I don't know about anybody else, but I haven't been able to find anything too crazy in that, except for that location, that glowing location marker, and now the news of this new UFO. Do you know exactly where this crash site is? The coordinates?
Yeah, what it should be. I know where it is, and I was talking to you in the private chat before we started it, and you see that every rock here is vertical. If you look at the stripes, it is all vertical, and I really hope that car still is respawning here, because in single player there's this car, and that is called zirconium, and zirconium is like a metal, and but I have to investigate that further because I don't know the top of my head. And the car itself is called stratum, and stratum is the let me say that in good English, like a horizontal kind of rock. So, and if you see, everything is vertical except where the UFO coordinates are. From here, it looks like a square, and it's horizontal. It's horizontal. You see 3 layers horizontal.
Yeah, look at that wall
And
here.
if
It looks like something hit here for
yeah,
sure.
it's different, and I don't know if it means anything. But if you follow all the way, you can follow the road. It's all vertical, except for this place. It's horizontal. And especially the car that spawns there, and stratum, that means horizontal in a cliff or something. You can Google it, and that's named zirconium. That is some kind of metal. Okay, we're going way too deep and way too like how do you say that? Like tinfoiled hat on, but it is because Rockstar named that car for a reason, and why call it Zirconium Stratum and park it just right here? So
Right.
for me, it's a thing to investigate. I don't know if it's I don't know. Probably it's nothing because 99% is nothing, but. For me, I like those things to investigate. So when you Google
Definitely.
that,
Definitely.
yeah,
And looking at this doesn't look. It looks like there's something definitely that happened here, or something. So the fact is, if this is the spot, and say the UFO hit the ground and then went up the mountain a little bit, right, made these ridges or whatever, it's something that already happened. Okay, we're finding evidence as it already happened. So we just seen 8 on that sign over there. Could we possibly be going back in time to watch something happen? Could this be a cutscene that we're gonna watch, or something as previously? Notice
well,
the
you
proof has
fall
already
away.
happened.
Well, I am when I do my mystery hunting, and I'm glad you keep an open mind because I don't believe in scratches on or images on rocks. People send me a lot of pictures on rocks, and you really have to have a good imagination to. It's all about the perspective. Let me put it like that, and I don't see it, and so I'm and time traveling. If there is time traveling, then it would be the tracks. At the tracks you can shoot down the crap. I don't know the English word for it. You can shoot down something so the tracks will change, so you can drive all the way to the tracks, like the 88 mile per hour Back to the Future thing.
Yes.
You know what I'm talking about? Yeah. So those kinds of things I believe. But looking at the rocks and see images on them, I don't believe in them. I don't believe in overlays anymore because the game is 4 years old and everybody was playing it. It would have been found by now. So usually when people send them to me, I just say, okay, I love your way of thinking. No, I don't love the way of thinking. I love the effort, but I just don't believe in those theories.
Yeah. There. I mean, there is. See, it's such a touchy subject because so many people can see so many different things, But I do believe that there are a couple things in this game, like right here, like right underneath this bridge, we have that Mothman or
Yeah,
whatever.
yeah, yeah.
So I
Yeah,
do
you
believe in
see,
it
yeah,
sometimes,
yeah.
like on the back of Mount Chiliad's, up on the cable car building, we have the alien face. We have that thing right over here. There are a couple
Yeah, we can take a
instances
look.
where
We
I
can take
do
a look.
see. There is a couple instances, Devs, where I do see stuff in the rocks or in the walls, or I mean there is, but not everything. There is a lot of stuff that people send me that I don't see it, and I don't think it is anything. But then there are things that are almost like, how can you not see it? Like, how can you not believe
No,
that?
I agree. I
Because I think
agree.
Rockstar, and I
Yeah.
think Rockstar use that to their advantage. They know that there's going to be a million
No,
people, and then
you're
because
you're
of the,
absolutely right.
you know what I mean,
I'm
and
stepping.
then
Yeah, I'm staring at it right now, and I clearly can see an alien, but it's not in the rocks. And on Mount Chiliad you can see it too. I'm gonna zoom in now, and if you stand here, sure you can see the eyes, the nose, the shoulders. You can see it. Everybody can see it. And he's holding his arms before his shoulder. It's so obvious. And but what does it mean? There's no trigger, man. That's the kind of thing I hate about it. And yeah,
it could just be giving us an idea of like the area, or it could just be just be different clues to help us along the way. Like, you know what I mean?
and I saw in the chat. I saw in the chat. What are your thoughts about 4th of July? because you know the movie 4th of July where at the Maze Bank there was a UFO and that the aliens attacked at 4th of July.
Yes, yes, Independence Day. Yes.
Yeah,
With
oh yeah,
the
Independence Day. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah.
yeah, I think that I think Independence Day out of all the different holidays that Rockstar plays with, you know, they definitely play into a lot of the holidays. I think that the Christmas and Independence Day are some of the biggest ones that they go all out for. And I really do
But
think that there is a
uh,
possible reason for that. There could be definitely something going on. I mean, I know um, a lot of people have a lot of theories based on, you know, doing different things, but I think that the biggest way that they give us clues, especially during the holidays, okay, is by the things that they give us. What's in the updates? What's the names of the vehicles? What's the names of the modifications that we can get for those vehicles? Some are specific to that vehicle, and they're not the same for every vehicle. Some are specifically to the one vehicle, like certain rims for that certain car. So what's the names of the stuff that's in the updates? What's the name of the update? What's the name of the vehicle? What's the name of the parts? What's the name of the death matches? What's the name of all these things? And a lot of the stuff ties in with the names. I mean, the names do take us for a loop themselves, man. I mean, so I do know that that's one for sure way of looking at clues is what did Rockstar name things, where's the locations, what's all that stuff, and that always been a way of helping me, you know, narrow things down and figure out what they're trying to tell me.
I got a question. I got a question. Was there in the because the 4th of July is just is typical American celebration. In Europe, yeah, we don't know that. And was there in the updates of the former 4th of July's because it's almost 4 year old game? Were there any discoveries then made, or did Rockstar do something with the 4th of July back then? Was there something implanted? Was there something planted
Um,
before?
you know what? I want to say yes. I want to say yes, and it's just not coming to me right now. I just can't think right now. But like, there's been exclusive vehicles. Let me like I could pull out the one vehicle right now. Um, Sovereign.
Well,
Okay, this is a vehicle that we don't have online. This is single player only, and they gave this to us with a 4th of July DLC. So, I mean, they did that for the Valentine's Day with that one vehicle, and then they took it away, and then they brought it back, and now we can buy it. But this vehicle is still exclusive to the 4th of July update, so I do believe that they'll bring this back again. So if you guys want to purchase this vehicle, the only time to do it is during the 4th of July updates. But like, um, you know, there's a lot of stuff given to us in the
well,
past, man, and
yeah. Well, I was thinking that Rockstar, um, and it's hard to say, but I think Rockstar couldn't deliver sometimes because when you look at the satellite dishes, you remember the scientists over there, and first off there were FIB men guarding it with a special vehicle. I don't know the name of the vehicle, but what's it called again? Do you remember the and suddenly
I don't remember.
the I don't know the name of the because that vehicle the FIB uses, it had CB radio in it too, and suddenly the FIB is gone at the satellite dish, and so I think they couldn't deliver it, so they put out the FIB there for a reason, and so sometimes I check back on the satellite dishes and the scientists there and the strange camera that spawns at 2 p.m. just to check back if something is every update, I'm just checking out there if there's something else instead of before the update.
Right, right. I'm trying to find right
Just
now where
checking.
that location marker is because I know it's right over here, and it's so easy to see when you know where it is, but I can't remember exactly where it is, and it's right over here somewhere, and I wanted to
Oh,
kind of
wait
show
a
that
moment. I'm
off.
coming to you.
Um, yeah, I know how I'll find it. I got a good way of finding it here. But yeah, let's I want to go ahead and take a look at the chat and see what everyone else is saying. You know, one thing I wanted to bring up about
Oh,
this
Bravado
too.
Buffalo. It's called iGames
Oh, that's
630,
what Franklin's
613.
Franklin's vehicle is, the Bravado Buffalo, right?
Yeah, but I don't know if it's the FIB Buffalo. Yeah, I think it's called Buffalo. I think he's right. And I trust him because in my last video I made I wondered why the red diamond, there he goes, ET again, why the red diamond was next to the FIB image on the UFO. And he made a video, he tested it out and he changed the colors and he debunked it and it was awesome. And so I put it as a top comment, okay, that's debunked because we are here for solving a mystery and not, how do you say that in English, to fool the people, to
Right, right.
lure. Yeah, we want the truth out, and he helped it out, and it was awesome. It was an awesome fight.
Yeah,
Because I don't have,
I
I
will
don't have a
always pick
PC. I
that.
can't do that. I can't do the things he did.
Yeah, like I don't care if it costs me subs or views. I don't care. I will always put out what's best for the hunts. I'm not gonna sit
Yeah, me
there.
neither.
You know
Me
what I
neither.
mean? Always.
I try not to clickbait, and I've never ever asked for likes or subscribing, or, and I don't how do you say that, judge other I don't judge anyone. So and people beginning the mystery, I all think they want the same thing, solve the mystery. So but if someone proves me wrong, I'm wrong. So I will shout out and say I was wrong. Sorry about that. I got the best intentions, and that's how I crap, my English sucks, man. Why yeah, how I joined the mystery. I wanted to solve. I want to know what those game developers are thinking, making the mystery, and what their thoughts are. And I know there are together drinking a coffee and thinking to themselves, what would be awesome? And an image in a rock isn't awesome, at least not for me. They wouldn't make an image in a rock. Oh, that's awesome. That's not awesome. You know what I'm getting at? Where
Yeah,
I'm
I think that
going with
they
it?
see. I
They're
think that they got
Rockstar,
so many
man.
people working on it, though. I think that they're gonna use every different avenue they can because they got the technology for it. So I see your point, but I can't disregard what I've seen myself. Like I've seen that shit. I've seen that shit in the rocks. So it's good though. It's good to talk to have different perspectives
Yeah,
because
different. We
Rockstar
got different
does.
opinions about it.
I
We
think
got
I
different
found your
opinions
vehicle
about it.
too, right here. The Zirconium Stratum.
Okay, really? Okay, I'm driving over to. But you see what I'm getting at? We disagree on that, but still we. Oh, you're driving it, yeah. We still do mystery hunting together, and seek other connections, or maybe you can convince me, or I can convince you. And oh crap!
See, for the most part, I do agree with you. I think that the shit with the rocks is probably just yeah, whatever.
yeah,
But
because they are a Rockstar, man.
you
And
know
what
what you
other
can't
game
deny,
companies?
right? But you can't
Do you?
deny when you see, you know, you can't deny the certain ones that you do see, like on the back of Mount Chiliad's cable car, and the one right here at this bridge. You can't
No,
deny
no,
it, you
I
know?
agree.
So
No,
that's
I
why
agree
it's
on that.
always like, okay, what are you gonna do? Because sometimes it's there, sometimes it's not. So for the most part, I think you're right.
No,
They probably don't have a
no, but
million
no,
faces,
no, no,
you
no.
know?
I agree on you. I agree on you on that one. Because you can see those images on the TO1 door. If you look at the road there, you see the same alien image. I see that too. I'm not disagreeing on that. It's just rocks because I think other game developers are watching too. And if the Chiliad Mystery was going that way, like an image on a rock, that after 4 years suddenly is there. No, I just can't believe that. By the way, I'm zooming in that zirconium thing, and I don't know if the people are in the chat. Do Google, just Google it and stratum, and you see a connection that right there. So I don't know how to clear it up, but Rockstar thought about it, how to name the car, and there must be a reason for that too. So they could have called it like Donald Duck or Goofy, but they called it zirconium and
Right.
stratum for a reason. And this is visual. This is nobody can deny, because if you look at the rocks, someone will say, no, no, I don't see a UFO, but everybody can see this spells out zirconium. So
Yeah,
this
that's
is what
something
we
that
can
we
work.
that's something that we do
Yeah,
have to check into. But
yeah.
I mean, as far as it is right here, as far as what we're talking about today, we got that clue that we have to investigate with the car. We have the UFO coordinates that don't seem to match up with or don't seem to add up. I'd rather say with what we found on the blueprint map and what we found with
No.
the mission in the game. So none of this
And
stuff
the
seems to match up,
and
but
the
it
X.
seems to and the
No, it
X
doesn't match up.
and the death
And
match that
the
they
X.
suspiciously took out of the game. None of this stuff seems to add up yet. It's all connected, and we don't have any explanations for it. And it might all be part of what we need for further understanding because it seems like it's like right there at the tip of your tongue, like right there at the edge of your fingers, but we don't, we can't grab it, we can't spit it out, So it's like, what are we missing? We're
I
missing
think
that
we're coming
final
close.
piece.
Yeah, we're missing that final piece, yeah. But I think we're getting close because we used to always look for a trigger point, a starting point, and this finally, for me, is a starting point. So, and that's all I was asking for. From give us a starting point. And this is starting point. I have no idea where to look yet because I don't play PC. I don't have Open V or anything. I just look at plants, trees. I look at everything. So
And if you think
yeah, for
about it,
me,
though, like Rockstar definitely knew what they were doing. It's no mistake that they put that file in the game, that UFO, that destroyed UFO. They know what they're doing. They know
Of course
they're
they
trying
do.
to give us that push, that little umph that we need to find
Yeah,
something. And there's a reason
a
why,
starting point.
you know what I mean? There's a reason why that's given to us and found, and it's something that's probably so obvious, yet we just don't have the right things in order set. The right day, the right time, all that shit.
Yeah.
I wonder if this is the
Oh, this is the one. Yeah.
is this it?
I think I'm almost certain of it. Yeah.
And it's so weird because at night, let's see what time is it now. It's almost time to where we can see it light up. It's so fucking weird if this is the one. Yeah, I
Yeah,
think
I'm
it
pretty sure
is.
this is the one. Yeah.
And it's just so weird because what is it aiming at? Because like right behind it we have the vineyard, and
And people say it's just a lighting glitch, and it can be true, but
it could be, but it's got that little
yeah, but
location
every
marker,
other
that
one,
pointer up.
yeah, but yeah, and in your defense, every other one doesn't have it. So if they just going to copy paste it, it would never happen. So and suddenly at this one, it does. So This one is strange. And I'm just zooming in at the rocks that to show everybody that's all vertical. And at the UFO trigger points, it is for horizontal. So and I think maybe it's nothing, but it's worth investigating, and that's why we all here investigating, and we are a great community together. So.
Mm-hmm. And you know, it just goes to show you, man. We just looked at one area of the game today. We're just concentrating on Lagos and Kudo, and there's a ton of stuff that we brought up today that doesn't make sense, contradicts itself, and clues that are not yet fit into the bigger picture that we, are looking at. And if we as a community got together like this and just, sectionalize the map and people focus on different areas and stuff, we definitely, one thing I've always believed that this mystery was lacking is organization. We don't have good organization as a community, and there's no one that can deny that. We really don't. We have good hunters out there, yeah. We have good channels and good references on Reddit. We have a lot of good people out there, but as a whole, as a unit, we do not have a good organizational community. We are not organized at all when it comes to everything. And
I
there's
agree
so
with
much.
you.
There's so many people that are
Yeah.
under the radar, like you were saying. A lot of new YouTubers. There's a lot of people that have fucking 10 subscribers with great, insane fucking discoveries. They just can't get their shit out there because, even people like me and you. Okay, we put out a discovery, and all the big guys eat us up. They all repaste our discoveries on their channels, and we don't get. We can't get ourselves out there because everyone is like just like such a fucking evil game out there that no one's really doing it for the mystery anymore. It feels like a lot of the hunters aren't even doing it for the hunt anymore. It's for other reasons. And so to even get organization, you don't have to be on the same level to begin with, and that's not even happening. As you can see, it's like fucking dog eat dog out there. It's every man for himself. So it's always good to get in and do a discussion and talk mystery with somebody that actually is in it for the mystery, Dibbes. So that's why I love doing discussions with you, man, because you are in it for the right reasons. Your heart's in the right place, and you're definitely trying to help solve this thing just as I am, and most of the people that view our channels. We have a lot of good viewers, a lot of great dedicated hunters that involve themselves with our channels as well. So I'd like to give it up to everybody watching right now, and everyone that's subscribed or tuning in regularly, and everyone that's watching Dibbes, and everybody so far that we are associating with it. It's been a good ride. It's just, how can we get everyone else on board? How can we really sell it to everyone else to really want to get this thing solved and stop worrying about the futile things, because this is something to be great, like something great to be a part of. Like when this thing gets solved, you want to be able to say that you were there, you were the one that helped out.
Yeah,
You put
we
your
are
two
part of
cents in,
it,
and
yeah.
it added up to that dollar, man. We cracked the shit. It's definitely something that I want to be able to say I did with an honest, mindset, and without having any kind of, guilty consciences for anything else. Like, I stole Dibbs' discovery, but I was still a part of it. No, I don't want to have to say that. I don't want to have to say that at all.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
thanks for doing the discussion and everything, Dibbs. And I want to give a shout out to a couple of the guys watching right now. We got Joe E. What's going on, Joe? Thanks for jumping in. Kairos Power, awesome. Great moderator on my channel. Everyone, give it up to Kairos. He's a great guy.
Wait. Before something about Kairos. I don't know how to say it in English. The discovery you made all together with that dude, it was really awesome. And Kairos Gaming, I like the way he thinks, and I saw your video. And I don't know if he got a YouTube channel, but if he does, maybe we can meet up and do a mystery hunt with you and me. And
That definitely,
so I
Kairos
don't
is
know.
always down.
Yeah.
We're actually takeover this weekend, right here for Zancudo. I'm going to come out with a video, probably tonight or tomorrow morning, promoting it. So Dibbs, I think that you said that you'll be down. So
Yeah, and
gonna
that
get together.
I game 613. He's a great guy too, and maybe if we can And yeah, I got a lot of more. Tony Dice is also there. Whoa, man, there are so many people I want to do investigation with because when I look at the comments, I think I'm one of the most people with comments on their videos and discussions and yeah, and I think it's awesome because everybody's, it's like a chat under my comments section. Everybody's helping each other out,
It's awesome.
and I
It's really
really,
awesome. Nice that
yeah,
you're getting people
we
together
should
to
do,
try to.
we should bring people together and investigate. Like a lobby where I don't know how many can fit into a lobby and doesn't get too much.
I think it's like
How
30 or
many?
33. I'm not too sure
Yeah,
exactly.
that's too
Around
much.
30.
But let's begin with like 5 or 6 or something, and with just with subscribers and some of them got their own channel too, and yeah, just discuss and hunt together and. Yeah, and just exchange ideas, just like we did. Oh crap! I didn't mean it. I'm sorry. You're entitled to. Okay. You got different thoughts, I got different thoughts, and still I enjoy your kind of views and your connections. And I love Robin Rams for his findings and Furthest Fox, and uh, everybody does his own way. And if we can just get it together and unite ourselves and get their strong points out, and I think we can crack this. At least for me, I think there's a starting point. We got a starting point that the Guru team found, and we should go on from there. So
Definitely, definitely. So before we end out, I just want to give a couple more shout outs. We got a Trippy Bat Drone. What's going on? We got Tipron Osick. We got Jesus313. We got Juggalo Joe. We got Neo Pain, Saizen Setsu, Hector Valdivia. We got BJJ91, Chronic Crops. I got a whole bunch of people in here.
I want to give a
Shadow.
special shout out. I want to give a special shout out to Trippy Dagger. I watch his live streams and they're terribly no, not terribly long. I mean extremely long. Sorry, I didn't mean that. I so love their way of mystery hunting, and I watch them. And I'm normally don't do shout outs to channels but you guys really should seek out his channel because they got humor in their videos. I love the way they, and not many people watch them, but they're awesome. I really enjoy it, and I got it in the background when I do some other stuff, but I always hear their voice, how they, don't make it too long. It's an awesome channel. You should check it out.
Nice. And before we end, we were at the wrong location, Dibbs. We were not at the right location. I just noticed. Oh fuck! That marker is right here. I was wondering why it wasn't lighting up. We were at the right location. Oh, signs. See how the signs light up? Like Fort Zancudo, that sign lights up. The other one that says Harmony, that lights up. And you know, I wanted to say that the one bunker, the one the
101?
The one bunker that you can buy, it says something about harmony and the noise of whatever of the fighting, and it's basically giving me like the feeling that, you know, we see the harmony sign lit up and then it says harmony and the noises of the fighting and shooting at Fort Zancudo. It's kind of like they're trying to say that the war and shit is like a nice sound to the ears. So there might be something for us to listen to at Fort Zancudo as well. You know, from the bunker description being a clue as well. So as we're on topic with all the stuff here there is more stuff to look into. There's a lot of clues right here at this location and in the very close vicinity. So, guys, definitely stay tuned as me and Dibbes, either together or on separate channels, look into a lot of these things, and we'll be doing our best to cover a lot of these different clues, because it seems like this area now it's way more hotter than normal because of the coordinates in the UFO find. But there's a lot of stuff, guys, in this area that's been hot for a while. It just hasn't been focused on. So, Dibs, you brought a lot of great stuff to the table today. A lot of really good information, and hopefully
Well,
we can keep
yeah,
doing
I
that.
thought that this is like, how do you say that? I love mystery hunting together, and like this is like chit chat. Wait, your views, my views, bring out new ideas, and I learned from you, and maybe you can learn from me a little, and uh, and make new things together. And before we stop, there was in Vice City and in the San Andreas, in the stars, there was like a Rockstar logo to be found, and I didn't knew about it since like last week or so. So I'm looking at the stars to find a big R with a star under it, like a Rockstar sign, and I haven't found it yet. But the thing with the shoot for the stars thing. So now I'm looking for the Rockstar R and with the star under that. So maybe, yeah, I'm just how do you say that? Brainstorming here. So
Right. Hey, you never know, man. I've stared at these
you
stars
never
before
know.
too. There's some different colors, and there's some weird red ones out there and purple ones out there, and it just seems weird how I've seen shooting stars in this game, and don't forget
And
about that
next to the
one.
sun, you got two satellites floating next to the sun. I made a video about that. So yeah,
Remember that
that's
one
that's for a
video as
different
well?
episode.
Remember that two
Yeah,
UFOs that go across the whole map? That's still something that
yeah.
I think needs more investigation, but I think
Yeah,
I
just
talked
like
to
the
you.
eclipses. We didn't even talk about lightning. We were supposed to talk about lightning,
Well,
and
we
we
could. I mean, there's
this
so many different things that we did
yeah
forget. We
man
can always bring that
yeah
up
we
in
did
another episode.
yeah yeah that's
Um,
that we gotta do it way more often, man.
because
I
I was
love the way this
talking
is.
to you about not too long ago. I was talking to you about you actually recommended to me to maybe do cold case files on my channel and go over some of the big discoveries when I was a smaller channel that maybe didn't get enough attention
Yeah,
that
man,
were pretty big
your gaming
discoveries.
channel,
Um,
it's like a library, man. Your gaming channel is like a library. I've watched it. I didn't participate in the mystery. I just watched your channel, and I really enjoyed it. And we definitely need to do that. Bring up old things
Yeah,
and
because
see
there's
if we
still a
miss
lot of older
something.
discoveries that are really big discoveries, but they've really gone unnoticed because of the size of my channel at the time. So I think I'm going to start doing that, and I'd like to bring you in on a lot of that cold case stuff where we go back to previous videos and show some of these bigger finds and see what people think about them, and maybe there's a way we can
Yeah,
connect
like
them
a
to
second
stuff.
view,
So.
because there are a lot of new players here, just like me, and maybe they got a different view or something. We only need one golden ticket. Like we only need everybody can hit the jackpot, and so one connection is all we need. One connection, and yeah, that's why it's a good thing with that we look up older findings and take another look at that. And the next video, really, we gotta talk about lightning, eclipse, and because that's my thing. And I really, what I would do if I was a game developer, I would do some lightning, eclipse, and then suddenly the cloaking from the UFO spawns off. So just fantasizing here, but and
I
I see it in
agree.
the chat too. This chat is so much more serious now. All the people in my talking, giving great feedback, and people are talking mystery in the chat too. And I gotta end it because it's 4:30 at night. So, but yeah, but we gotta do this. We gotta do this way more often, Danny.
Oh, we definitely will, man. We got the regular show, guys, every Sunday, the mystery show. So stay tuned for that, and then stay tuned as me and Dibbs are probably gonna get more active and do some more videos like we are doing right now. So stay tuned, guys, to the channel. If you're not subscribed to Dibbs, I definitely recommend you going over to his channel and hitting subscribe. And we'll see you guys in the next video or broadcast. Dibbs, thank you once again, man, for joining up, man. And I can't wait till we do it again, man. Much appreciated.
Well, I enjoy these videos the most, and discussing with people and exchange ideas, and we should do it way more often, and we should invite some people from the chat too, because I think that's great if we do that too.
Oh, I'm definitely down. That's a great idea. I really think that's a great idea, inviting people from the chat in. So
Yeah, the mystery is everyone. It's for everyone. So, and yeah, and
I agree completely. I
well, if
agree
you can
completely.
end off the video, and there was some guy in Dutch, koffie en gewoon doorgaan. That's Dutch, and it means coffee and just go, just go. I'm glad to see you're still awake, but I'm going to bed, mate.
All right, well,
But
Dibbs, you
thank
go
you,
get some
yeah,
sleep, man. Thank you for hanging
yeah.
out so late. And guys, thank you so much for joining. And once again, we'll see you guys in the next video or broadcast. So thank you so much for joining. And I would say that this broadcast was as good as it gets, guys. So thank you guys once again. Until next time, take it easy.
Take it
And
easy, guys.
as
And
always,
thanks for watching.
peace.
Thanks for watching.